Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the spooky stream with GoDz and WinteR.
Sup?
Sup, man? How are you?
Good.
Good?
I just saw a Techies game that won.
Who would have thought? You know, I said yesterday there won't be any techies. Like, I knew there was the techies in the wild card. I was like, it's going to be at least a day before we see another techies. So I said, no techies day one, and here we go. Day two, we get more techies. Will we get a third techies?
Nah, I don't think so. It's
too much. Two is enough.
It's gonna be a Bat Rider this game and a Troll.
Well, Bat Rider and a Troll. We're gonna hop outside in the game. It's Na'Vi versus CDEC. Hope you guys are excited. Get some Na'Vi Dota. Na'Vi. So this team is currently 0-3. They did really well in the wildcard matches, but had a bad day one during the Dota 2 Asia Championships. Not exactly like the toughest day as well. Okay, Secret, very tough match for them, but they lost to Hellraisers. And they also lost to one other team, which I can't remember. Do you remember?
Today?
No, day one. Who was the third team they lost to? Hellraisers, Secret, and one more.
Can't remember though.
Okay. Well, they lost 3. That's as much as I know. But, so, right now, they're taking on CDEC. CDEC, who also had a pretty rough day one. They went 1-2, but showed they have what it takes. They beat eHome, who's going to be talked about as one of the favorites as far as the Chinese teams go and as far as the DAC goes. So we're going to see how things pan out here. I think CDEC coming into this one definitely probably favorites against Na'Vi, but Na'Vi, they've got a lot to prove. They've had day one to shake off and hopefully come back stronger in day two. I think some of GoBlack's drafts were a bit kind of hit or miss, especially on
yesterday,
day one.
the Warlock game, and there were some of the games that they had a really tough lineup to deal with. But the team that you were trying to look for was Big God. They lost to Big God yesterday.
Big God. Okay,
yeah.
And that's another team who is been kind of shaky. They lost their first match today. I believe they lost to HGT today. So Big God are, I would say, a middle-of-the-pack kind of team. If anything, they're definitely not looking like one of the top 3 contenders, even though their roster is what it is.
They were really shaky at some of the games as well, which they won.
I think they're not even looking like they're looking to me like 9-12 kind of team. Like I don't see them getting top 8. I could see them maybe getting like not knocked out from the group stage, but they're definitely a team that I feel like Na'Vi needed to beat. So Na'Vi, they've lost to a couple teams they maybe needed to beat, and here they are against CDEC, 0-3. They've got to win this one, it feels like. If 1 or 2 more losses and Na'Vi are going to be demoralized and just in a position where they're so far behind.
Yeah, it's like being 0-4, like you had a really good wildcard day, and suddenly during the group stage you lose 4 in a row. That's really bad for team morale in general. It's hard to come back from that.
Yeah.
And Na'Vi is going to go back to something that they are really comfortable with the offlane Void.
So the Void Troll combo as well. Funix Void especially good. And this is to me, it's like, Na'Vi picking and drafting to their strengths, but they did give up a Bat Rider to get this. Not to mention the AA, which is especially popular with the Chinese teams. And something which I feel has been almost an overlooked support hero by a lot of teams. He hasn't really received any major nerfs. He used to be one of those kind of top picks. And he's such a good counter to like so many heroes as well. He like prevents you from picking your Morphlings and stuff.
The Morphling and the Witch Doctor, which like so many games you see the heroes, and we were talking, oh, here's a good AA game, then bam, the team just bans it at the second phase.
It's getting second stage banned a lot. Even some teams sometimes are first stage banning it. I've seen a few first stage bans AAs.
Yeah, AA is definitely, like you mentioned, under love for what he does, the amount of work he does in the game.
Yeah.
And for this game, they have a setup, Bat Rider. Having the AA on a team, you can pick off any target, most of the targets I would say, with the global support of the Ice Blast, and it gives Bat Rider a lot of threat on the map, a lot of more presence, because usually you see, okay, this one bat missing from the map. Yep. He's jungling. He's not going to try and kill me because he can't kill me alone. But with with something like A in the field or maybe a Sunstrike, things change.
All right. Well, Na'Vi go for a classic. The Dendy Magnus, the Empower Troll Warlord, Empower on Troll, on Void. Very teamfight centric. They're all about the RP Chronos. Like, they're going to have to fight around those long cooldowns of those 2 big spells. We'll see what CDEC get. Yet to pick up that carry. I feel like you just go like the standard Morphling or something.
Maybe they can go for like Silencer as a core if they want to have something to disrupt the combination. I'm not sure though. Like Silencer as a core sometimes feels really weak.
They could just like BKB out and then they still do so much damage with the Empower. That's where I feel They want something a bit more
it's not
fight oriented.
It's not so like it's not something that you just oh, we're gonna get this against this lineup and it's gonna give us a huge edge. Like it's not that way as well. You only become really strong when you have the refresher and you can consider like, oh, my first silence, they are going to just BKB and I have a second silence, but that's a long way to go.
Viper. There we go. I mean, you kind of mentioned this a bit against some of the
Troll
speed
especially.
heroes.
Yeah, Troll especially.
Yeah. The corrosive, the slow's going to be nice. There isn't that much magic damage, which is going to be negating, but just in general, slowing all these heroes that kind of rely on their mobility, the Void, the Troll, can be very pesky. And yeah, the Troll is kind of the number one hero that's going to get hurt by this Viper pick. So looking like we'll see a mid Viper bat in the off lane. They still need their safe lane carry. They could run Viper safe lane, but
I'm feeling maybe the Slug would be a good option to close up their draft. They have a lot of stuns right now, like Batrider and Earthshaker, a lot of disables. Damage, spell damage wise, AA, Batrider, Earthshaker, 3 of these heroes deal, even with the Viper, deals a lot of spell damage. They need a very good staple source of physical damage from their last pick to be able to take out these heroes once they have their BKB. And that's why I'm thinking of Slug, because CDEC, a team that likes their Slug. Slug is really good against Void, and even so, in certain scenarios, he could be really good against the Magnus. You get your Dark Pack off before he jumps in. Like, you anticipate the jump from the RP and you get the Dark Pack off. And they're just going to be out of the stun and just right-clicking the Magnus or right-clicking the Troll. And it's just a hero that, in general, I feel when the enemy can't lock you down.
I agree. I think the Slug's good pick, but something a bit more slow-paced.
It's gone, by the way.
Oh, the Slug's on. What about the Medusa? Do you think Medusa works? It's much more slow-paced, takes a lot longer to come online, but is Medusa a viable hero here, or...?
He might get controlled too much and just not right-click, I'm not sure, because there's a lot of stunts like Troll Bash, Faceless Void Bash, RP, Chronosphere, obviously. And you could argue you can get the Stone Gaze off when he jumps in and chronos you, and you're safe.
Yeah.
But what if you don't do that?
Other heroes they've run a Queen of Pain, a Morphling. I mean, the Queen of Pain would be kind of a conflict as far as who's going mid, who's going safe lane, but you couldn't mix up the Viper.
They need a bigger hero than Queen of Pain. They need a bigger carry hero.
5 seconds remaining.
Medusa could be that hero.
The one other one that comes to mind, which they run a lot, is the Juggernaut. Still in the pool.
Reserve time.
Doesn't... Like, as far as like the Chronosphere, the Magnus, being a melee hero against that's not ideal, but they could look to pressure the lanes. A lot of the time, CDEC go for kind of offensive tri lanes, so maybe something they could consider, but I'm not sold by the Juggernaut. I think they want something ranged against the Void and the Magnus. Something a bit more mobile. I think Morphling's just like a
mobile is just
standard.
the word, because you need to be mobile against the Void and the Magnus, and especially the Troll. You cannot let the Troll stick on your face. You're just gonna get bash and bash and bash and die.
I think Morphling's like the kind of obvious one that
definitely
stands out.
Morphling is the one that stands out for sure. Like after the Slug getting banned out, like the next best thing, Morphling, or maybe the other one could be like, I'm not sure. The Spectre feels like he can do really well, but he's gonna have a tough laning phase.
Ooh, a Veno support for Go Black, not your...
I think dual lanes again, like they like to, when they pick those sort of weird supports, they usually try to use them to protect Funnick and give him some space.
One could see like a Veno plus Void in the off lane with the Troll Venge safe
so
lane.
it's going to be the Morphling, which they don't really have much good choices left in the pool.
Whoa! All right, well we'll have to quickly reconnect. I'm getting some DC issues here.
This, like, I think one of the PCs here, always, like yesterday I was getting it and Ellie wasn't getting it.
It's very random. It's not like we've even had it where it would happen to one PC mostly, so we swapped the PCs and then it would start happening to the other one. So your brightness is all crazy. Well, it looks crazy on the stream.
I didn't change any settings, by the way.
You broke our computers, Winter. What are you doing?
Man,
so
I didn't change any settings. Dude.
I believe you.
Dude.
Don't worry. I'm wondering if they even consider putting Morphling mid. Give him the 1v1 matchup, because if you're up against the Na'Vi dual lane, like if they do like a Veno Void lane, you almost maybe prefer to have Viper there rather than the Morphling, I wonder? Or do you just do Morphling safe lane?
Because it's going to be a Magnus though, Morphling can actually lane pretty well against Magnus, but yeah, it's definitely an option. I think you can, like you say, if you have the Viper bottom, then your supports are more free to roam around and stuff like that. But Viper could pressure, I feel Viper could pressure Magnus a lot more than Morphling, because of he spams his wave, you have the corrosive skin. Morphling, you would be toggling your strength to agility, so you have a lower HP pool, and you might have a lot of pressure because you're always low from the shockwave spam. So that's things that you have to consider. So Viper would, yeah, they're gonna do Viper. He has the mid items.
Yep. All right, we'll introduce our lineups. On the Radiant side, it is CDEC, currently 1 and 2. Mikasa going to the offlane on the Batrider. It's going to be aggressive, playing the Viper in the mid lane. Q on the Ancient Apparition Garda, playing the Earthshaker, leaving Maybe on the safe lane Morphling. On the Dire side, Na'Vi yet to get a win in the group stage. They had a fantastic wildcard run, but it's going to be Havos playing the Troll. Going to go to the safe lane. Dendi, your mid lane, going to be on the Magnus. GoBlack going to be playing the Venomance as a support. Funnick on the Faceless Void, and that leaves Vengscore somewhere. He's on the Venge. Laying down a trap. That bounty rune. You better be careful going for it. It is Maybe, so he can waveform out of this one and shouldn't be a kill. But hey, anything's possible.
Yeah, and Batrider, he used Firefly to get over. He manages to place a deep ward.
Yeah.
This is going to be really helpful for him. And looking at the other lanes, I'm not sure if they're actually trying to set up for aggro try and leave like the troll to 1v1 the bat. I'm not sure if that's the decision they're gonna make. It feels like the one more likely is just a gank. They are trying to gank here, and Venom will lay me the void. Oh, sup? Hello.
He knows what's coming his way. Needs to waveform out of this one. He hasn't skilled anything just yet. He gets it now. Waveform's high ground, and well, CDEC now know what's up.
That was huge to force the waveform out.
And they did a lot of damage. He's going to have to go through at least 2 Tangos, it looks like. Won't have much mana for lane. CDEC looking to come on in, but this is a 3v3. They know there's no Gale. Oh, no, there is a Gale. What am I talking about? Hits 3. The Chilling Touch not coming out. They want GoDz, but he gets out of there. Aggressive on the Viper, in trouble, but Funnick now the new target. He time walks into the bounty rune, gets out. Meanwhile, top lane, Batrider gets the other one. They should have maybe just gone for Funnick right off the bat. They kind of split their focus between GoBlack and then went back for Funnick. Sure, they couldn't kill Funnick because of the time walk, but they took a lot more damage than they maybe needed to.
Yeah, and they lost the bounty rune to Funnick as well. So the Vino will actually be, yep, Vino is heading bottom, so it'll be 2-on-2 as I expected. The Void plus the Vino lane at bottom, and Venge is gonna support the troll at top.
Alright, here comes Vengscore looking for that little wraparound here. This Firefly, so with a decent duration, shouldn't be in too much risk here, but Troll also going for the Berserker's Rage, so he doesn't actually have the slow yet from the Whirling Axis.
And they saw the ward being placed, so they're gonna get an easy deward of this rune ward here for the Radiant for CDEC. So okay. CDEC won't have any vision for the runes after this.
Yeah, GoBlack will just drop the sentry down and can deward it safely from the low ground most likely.
It's gonna be a contest though. Q, the Ancient Apparition, has sentry wards as well. He's coming into the direction of the ward. Okay,
that's interesting. Who has more? AA versus Venom. AA has 5 extra damage.
And the miss chance from the low ground.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what GoBlack does. Drops the sentry ward. He's going for it. How then misses. No misses just yet. Trying to kill the sentry. Hoping for misses. There's one miss. There's a second miss. The sentry gonna go. Oh my God! No! He could have killed the sentry. He would have been fine. Well, they can deny the Observer Ward left, but he could have saved the Observer Ward. He went for the deny. But GoBlack with the misses. Oh my gosh.
That was like 4 misses in a row or something.
That was more hype than like a 5v5 level 1 team fight, man. That was crazy.
Yeah. They managed to deward Navi's vision as well, but the crucial thing is Navi still has the top ward that scouts the river, so they knew they would be able to tell where is the real rune and the bounty rune. So that's like something they have and CDEC would not have.
I mean, normally supports will go kind of scout out runes anyways to like camp them in time, but especially when Na'Vi run dual lanes, they kind of you're less able to do so as a Radiant support because you want to make sure that you can secure the Morphling's farm. But for now, Earthshaker in position to start going for some pulls. We'll be looking to kind of just pull on through, deny XP, pull this wave back because right now Funnick and GoBlack have this creep wave in a really nice position for the Void to farm.
Yeah, in top lane, Mikasa gets driven back out of the lane though. He still has only 1 tango left. Probably gonna start jungling fairly soon.
Yeah.
But his supports haven't so far started to stack anything. Earthshaker, like you mentioned, went to pull before the 2-minute rune, and the Goblet is gonna secure the 2-minute rune for his team. And the top lane, Dendi's gonna get like the top rune.
Yeah. Mikasa went for it, but he saw Dendi rotating and said, okay, I'm low on HP, I can't do this anymore. On the jungle, Funnick battling it out. The Gale gonna miss though. Oh, that would have been a kill onto Q. It may still be. Funnick time walks over. No last right click. Funnick would have maybe died to a Chilling Touch attack there. And now Guard in trouble. He's trapped by his own fissure. Maybe coming in. Funnick looking for the deny to neutrals. He spent his money. He's changing his mind. He's like, do I do it? Do I not do it? What's the play here? It looks like he's going to back off for the time being. Meanwhile, GoBlack does go down. Funnick, time walk in, deny. Yeah. He wanted to play it safe. Didn't want to do it in this big camp, I guess. Scared of the Morphling waveform, but he denies himself to neutrals.
Yeah, he didn't lose any gold, spent everything, so it wasn't a
And
huge deal for them.
Our first blood went to GoDz. So Venomancer gets a nice little gold boost, gets his boots up. What a crazy start to this game. The ward fight, denies that little fight. The Fissure from Garda, not exactly the Fissure he was looking for. This is one of his signature heroes too. He even has the Earthshaker effigy, I believe. If I can find him. Maybe not. Maybe he's lost his... Yeah. No, he's changed to a Lion one. He used to have an Earthshaker one, I thought. No more Earthshaker for Garda.
Changed his mind, but looking at the other lanes, Batrider is not getting too much from the off lane. And Void has a much better time because of the kills and a little more CS than the Batrider. He's getting just pushed back by Horvath all the time.
That's now, though. I feel like Batrider always has the jungle catch-up, though, so...
Provided if they have, you know, a lot of stacks going on for him.
They got
At
one
the
stack.
moment, they have, the big camp, there's 2 camps, and the other one, the medium pool camp.
He's
around the
walking
pool
now
camp
to
as
go
well.
get another stack off. So he'll have a triple stack, which at 4 minutes in is pretty damn good. So I feel in general this is a nice start for your Batrider.
Yeah, he's going to be able to finish his Trankles and have that extra armor and regen to go back up to the lane if he wants to.
Oh, is he going to make it in time? It's a...
Yeah, he can.
It's a range creep, though, so you got to pull them away a bit further.
Yeah,
They're
I think
blocking
he
each
has,
other.
He has enough time.
He didn't make it.
Oh, he didn't make
It was a range camp. If it was like a melee camp, it would have been fine, but the range camp...
He needed another half second.
Yeah. Range camp, as well as they kind of body blocked each other. Sometimes that would have maybe worked, but... I mean, it's like a 200 gold loss, maybe a bit less, 180 or so.
The experience is the more important thing right now for him.
It does hurt the bat. That's one of those things where it's like, you can actually... It slows down his timings a little bit. It's a maybe 1 minute slower Blink Dagger, a bit less XP when he does go look to fight and gank, so it does hurt him quite a bit.
And Horvath is still free farming, however. But Magnus is actually doing a lot better than I expected. He has 23 last hits to the 18 of the Viper, which is really good news for the Magnus already.
Yeah. So Viper in mid is just sitting on boots. Looks like he'll be going for that Ring of Aqua. And some Observer Wards coming out as well. So for now, Garda positioned near this middle lane, but it's Magnus. Dendy rotating up towards top, just do a stack and then secure, well, a 6 minute rune or 5 minute rune. Well,
Radiant's
sorry, I'm
top
talking about, I
tower
thought I was about to
is
say
under
6.
attack.
5 minute rune.
He was just there
Yeah, right.
to stack and
Yeah.
clear the
Okay.
camps.
So he's going to come help Voss clear these camps. The Shockwave, the Whirling Axes, they want to get Voss an early gold boost. They leave the mid lane open for your Venomancer, and Voss will take a bit of damage, but he's got the healing set. Earthshaker actually throwing a Fissure from the low ground, but not getting too much done.
Yeah, the ward there giving that vision. You know, he was just trying to steal the big creeps.
Yep.
Hopefully get some.
Well, he got nothing.
Well, nice try, however. And Veno gets a little space, like you mentioned, middle. Like he got some experience here. Dandy, RP, Skewer, TP finals. Oh, it wasn't for Spank, so
So they get the kill in the mid lane. Down goes your Viper, and that's a nice little timing here. You're going to be so careful about that RP skewer
Funny
back.
as well. Still going in with the Orb of Venom, but not going to get any bashes there.
Cancels the TP as well, but here comes a rotation. AA going to find Funnick here. Funnick low on mana, has a time walk in 5 seconds though.
Radiant's
And,
middle
well,
tower.
that's the
Oh my
mana.
God.
Meanwhile, the troll kills off
He
Mikasa.
tried to napalm and firefly the creeps, and Troll just
dear.
went on him.
Well, Funnick will be able to time walk out to safety easily. So that was up at top lane. Havos with a solo kill.
Yeah, he just tried to run up at the Troll. Like he wanted to firefly and clear the creeps, but Troll just
Bashed him or
Ran-
something,
ran
or
at
just
him.
right-clicked him.
slowed him with the Warlick, like the range axe, and that's a kill. He does so much damage with just face words.
Yeah. This hero, Troll, oh my gosh, he's picked up his Mask of Death. This is one of Havos' best heroes for sure, at least currently. And Na'Vi, they were 0-3 and looking to do a lot better here on day 2, their first match of day 2, and things at least going alright for now.
They have everything good, like all their lanes are going fairly well. For like, I think Na'Vi had better results in the laning phase because we were talking about we expect the Bat to have more CS than the Void, but they are more or less even, so it's really good for the Void, and the Void got a couple of kills.
Bat does have some good catch-up farm waiting for him. He's got stacks all over the jungle. The AA's been helping him out. He's been doing some of his own, so should still be on track for like a 12-minute Blink Dagger maybe, give or take a minute or so.
Yeah, more or less. That's the usual timing, 12, 13 or 14, depending on what you get in the jungle.
Yep. So GoDz just going to be residing here at the bottom lane. There's a lane ward to scout him out, so he's going to be careful not to push up too far. As far as your carries go, Morphling a full 1,000 net worth behind Troll Warlord. That is a cause for concern for CDEC. And Na'Vi are going to be a very strong mid-game team. Bottom lane, GoDz's being dived on, maybe gets the kill. Ancient Apparition helping out there with a chilling touch and some vortex slows, so GoDz just playing a bit too far up in the lane, and the lane vision being provided by the Observer Ward, helping secure the kill.
Yeah, I mean, we still see the Magnus. He's still a little far ahead of the Viper, which you don't usually see so much. Like, usually Viper's the one ahead. But Dandy playing the lane really well against the Viper. He is like at this point 3.2k net worth, and Viper is around 2.5k, so he's like 700 gold ahead, which is a huge deal.
Well, Morphling with a kill now picks up a Midas, and suddenly he's not as far behind Havos as he maybe once was. So that is at least some good news for the CDEC side. I feel like they've got a clear kind of mid-game plan. They'll have the Batrider level 6, Morphling will be farming, and they'll be just looking to build towards, well, Viper with his mech timing around the same time as the Blink Dagger. So with Mech Viper, combined with the Batrider Blink, they can look to kind of find kills around the map using the Ice Blast.
Yeah, definitely. But at the same time, they have to worry. If you try and get someone with the Batrider, there's RP, there's Chronosphere, the return, like the counter initiation of Na'Vi, there's a lot to worry about. Yeah. And there's the Poison Nova as well. So you have to make sure you get a clean kill, get someone down right away, and it's 4v5. Otherwise, Na'Vi's team fight is just really scary.
Alright, well, Na'Vi for now just happy to kind of catch Funnick up on his farm. He's going to take over the safe lane. That's because the Troll always able to fall back to the jungle. It has his lifesteal now. Could even go for an early Roshan if they really want to with the Battle Trance. They've got bonus damage from Empower, from Plague Wards, but for the time being, GoDz looking a bit under-leveled here in this bottom lane. At the same time, he also has to be very careful. We saw what happened last time. It's a level 8 Morphling. He doesn't want to be giving away too many freebies to a Morphling. Mid lane, RP, skewer back. Where's the TP? No TPs just yet. It's Troll walking his way in with the slow. The Fissure going to help out aggressive, but it's just the Na'Vi aggression that's going to come out there. Lasso onto Havos. He's being pulled back, but where's the follow-up? I don't think he can fight this one. Havos, he can just turn. He's going to try and man up initially, but decides against it. Now being slowed down by the Napalms. They've got no mana for a Fissure for now, and the Shockwave from the low ground. Dendi takes out the Earthshaker. Oh dear. Na'Vi, they're back on day 2 and up 5 kills to 3, but more importantly, it's the gold lead. 2,000 to 3,000 net worth advantage over their opponents, and things are looking good for them here on their opening match.
Yeah, and you talk about the Midas going to speed up the Morphing farm, but the level on the Magnus is also going to speed up the Trolls farm. He's starting to get points in Empower, and this is the time where Havos would be really happy, trying to clear out Ancients, trying to clear out the jungle, and he's going to farm a lot faster right now, because Magnus is not going to... He's going to just leave the skewer at 2 points at the moment and start maxing his Empower.
This is Dendi's go-to build nowadays. Never more than the 2 points in the skewer until much later
ever
on.
since the range buff on the skewer, you don't you don't get limited by the targets anymore.
Yeah.
So it's really much better to have. You don't really need the skewer anymore at high points. You just need to get. It's much better to have the Empower so your team carry farms a lot faster.
Yeah. And I mean, Havos is just about to pick up his Yasha, so that's also going to give him much more farm acceleration. And the Medallion coming soon on the Vengeful Spirit. With Yasha, Lifesteal, this is an easy Roshan if Venge goes with the Wave of Terror Medallion. So definitely look towards Na'Vi. 2-hero Roshan, very possible. Even just Venge and Troll. They don't even need the Empower necessarily to secure the Roshan if they don't want to.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a really easy rush. Like, even without the Medallion, just the Venge Howl alone with the Troll is still fairly easy. They have Venom Wards, they have a lot of stuff to help the rush. But right now, GoDz is going to be focusing on stacking Ancients, get the Ancients going, so Havos can actually clear it out with the Empower later.
Na'Vi they have so much farm coming their way. They've got a Midas that's being built by Funnick, it looks like, which I think is a great item choice this game.
The Blink is coming on Dandy as well, like 12 minutes Blink against a Viper is a very, very good timing.
So what does CDEC have? The Blink on the Batrider is the big thing. It will be around the 12-minute mark. I feel like they need this Blink, and then they've got to fight and make something happen. Maybe kind of just wants to keep on farming, but he can still do some decent damage and offer a bit if he looks to join up with his team. But CDEC, they seem to be in a bit of a rough spot right now. They need the AA level 6 as well. I feel like the Blink on the Bat and the AA level 6 are the two big things they're waiting for.
Yeah, then they can start making stuff happen around the map, like with the Blink especially. The first Blink gag for the Batrider has to work at this point of time. They're in a really tough spot. Enemy has Midas on... Yeah, he went for the Midas. Midas on the Void. And generally, like you mentioned, they have better farming tools. Empower, the splash damage, clearing the Ancients. See that? You look at their lineup. no ancient clearing power at this point, only jungling, and Bat Rider's taking most of it because he needs the blink.
And they smoked to Roshan. They thought Havos is missing at the Roshan pit, but it's not the case. They have no vision around Roshan as well, which is kind of surprising. Especially considering they just smoked there. AA has 2 wards. Why didn't he plant some?
It's just like they were really worried because
Havos is always
lineup.
missing.
He's always in the jungle. Ancients, jungle, Ancients.
Well, I imagine it will be a Roshan soon, but Venge is up top, and without the Venge, he can't really... I mean, he can solo it, but is he actually just going to walk on in? That's ballsy. Okay, he just pokes Roshan, goes out. He can solo Roshan, but it's going to be so slow and he's so gankable that he needs to wait for the Venge. Venge has level 4 Wave of Terror.
He got a smoke. He just got a smoke as well.
So he goes out, pretends he's not rushing, and will probably smoke in there with the Vengeful Spirit. Or could just look... I mean, they could just look to take a fight and then go for Roshan afterwards.
It's an Invis
Oh,
that's a sentry. Yeah.
Not going to be able to do too much. They could use this as bait. Bat Rider needs to be there. He's on his way. Has a Blink Lasso, but there's a Venge swap available, and Venge is making a move towards his mid lane. Potential for an insta swap, and just in general, this is not going to be an easy fight.
Yeah, it's a very tough game for Bat Rider to initiate into this sort of lineup. Venor and Venge, you want to pick off the Venge, but at the same time, there's Chronosphere after that, there's RP. It's just a really tough, like without Force Staff, it's very difficult to initiate with a Bat Rider.
Alright, well, we're also going to farm some more Ancients, and I think what's coming up next is the Roshan. Has a smoke there on him, and he's going to smoke up with Vengscore. This probably goes towards Roshan, but maybe not. He's going to Dendi for the Empower, then he'll go in. Okay. Easy peasy. They'll leave Dendi and go Black probably just mid, showing themselves, looking to make things not look too fishy, and Vengscore goes in with the Medallion.
Top lane, they're going to wait for Funnick. If he shows his face, I'm not sure if they have enough damage. They need to TP. They need Ice Blast for this. They need Ice Blast. They have Ice Blast.
Well, it's going to come
it's going top now.
It's being thrown. Roshan gets taken, and Funnick now already backing off. His job's kind of... Oh, is he backing off? Chronosphere goes in on Mikasa. Has no backup, though, and he's just going to time walk out. Space created. Sure, the Chronosphere's on cooldown, but hey, doesn't really matter. Na'Vi in such a good position, and they have so much ability to fight with Aegis and RP that the Chronosphere cooldown is a non-issue.
Na'Vi is in cruise control of this game. The lineup is starting to really shine right now at this point with their levels and better farming capabilities. CDEC's draft is just they need to pull this to the point where they have a blink on the Earthshaker, blink on the Bat Rider to be able to just find pickoffs left and right on the map. Like direct engagements is really tough right now.
The Viper picture's not working out for them at all.
Yeah, he was supposed, like, if you pick a Viper, you don't win the lane. The hero just does nothing after that.
Yep. Well, Na'Vi going to just take tower after tower. They're getting aggressive ward sound behind the tier 1 top tower. They just took the mid, and imagine top just right for the taking. Funny going to go back to base heal up, but he's in pretty good shape as far as his levels and farm goes. About to hit level 11, has Midas, Treads, the Orb of Venom, and 900 gold, so things looking pretty good in general.
If you will pay attention to the net worth graph, Funnick is already so far up. He's just about the same net worth as Dendi with the start he had. He didn't get much farm at the start, but he's already caught up so nicely for him.
CDEC smoked out towards top lane. This could be a disaster for them. Dendi's nearby, in a good position to go for an RP from the trees. He's going to reveal this smoke. Here comes the Firefly, though. Dendi gets caught out. No swap in range. Dendi, though, has a skewer. May just go for this one. Gets the skewer onto the Bat Rider and kind of stuck. He doesn't get to the low ground. Needed to get there. Swapped out now. The RP gets used as well. Dendi's still alive off the side. He blinks out as well. That's a Morphling TP. Vengscore may be the sacrificial lamb, as Avos is going to lose his Aegis here. They've killed off the Aegis Apparition. Morphling waves through, securing the kill of the Vengeful Spirit, and now Havos possibly dying a second time. CDEC in a decent position here. Dendi, no RP, can't really do too much up Havos, but he's just manning up and fighting the shockwave through. Havos goes down, but they get the kill on the Earthshaker. Still, a good exchange for CDEC. Even though they lose their tier 1 top tower and trade 2 for 2, that's as good as it gets for them. There was an Aegis on the Na'Vi side.
Yeah, Na'Vi didn't have Chronosphere that fight as well, so Funnick is like, I'm not going to come over. He just got his Chronosphere off cooldown, level 2 Chronosphere. So
the position from Dendi is like, it's a nice position if you're not against a Bat Rider. I feel like you can't use that position against Firefly.
They got into a sticky situation also because he had only 2 points in skewer. He couldn't skewer out of down the cliff. That's the downside of having this build.
Alright.
And if he had the higher points in skewer, Vengscore wouldn't need to come in and save him.
Funnick at bottom lane gets almost caught out there by the AA, but gets the TP out in time. He's got at level 11 now, has Chronosphere. Level 2.
Mass of Madness coming soon for him as well.
Yeah. And this is a line with Battle Trance, so he's going to have amazing solo kill potential. Yeah. Battle Trance, Mask of Madness, Midas, that's close to just max attack speed, and the time lock damage
when
is
he
be
gets
insane.
the Maelstrom, he has so much killing potential.
Oh dear, yeah. He's just going to be proccing bashes and Maelstrom procs all over the place. This game's looking pretty bad for CDEC. They do have an E-Blade coming on your Morphling. This Morphling is still not to be underestimated.
They need to get a kill. They need to get something done with this smoke. Otherwise, man, Navi's just in cruise control.
I think this is their last smoke. Yeah, they've got no smoke for 3 minutes. This is their third in recent times. The second smoke, the one they just did recently, was pretty decent for them. And, well, we'll see what they can do out of this. Morphling has a TP scroll. Could look to fight at the bottom lane. 50 gold short of the E-Blade, unfortunately. He's aggressive, looking for Vayne score. Maybe just going to take the Venge kill. Looks like, yeah, they'll just take the support kill. Not the ideal target, but here comes Na'Vi. Rotating heroes, TPing in. Troll in the front lines, but Na'Vi a bit too far away. Funnick now. Max time could look for a Chronosphere. Gotta be careful, though. That Morphling ready to TP. Would love to pick up the E-Blade. Will do so now at the secret shop, and this is maybe a fight that CDEC want to take. You can E-Blade whoever's getting focused down, by the way. Well, more likely you want to E-Blade the Void himself. Try blow him up inside the Chronosphere.
At this point, I think the one that deals the most damage is the Troll. You want to be able to take out the Troll first. Yeah. He's the biggest source of damage with the man. He's just huge with the Empower.
You E-Blade him. He hasn't gone for a BKB, and he's going to see this and maybe consider like, okay, I wanted this Scotty, but he may have to change his mind and go for a BKB.
Yeah, he might actually be needing the BKB.
I think he needs it more than the Scotty at this point. I mean, ideally he's going to get both, but it's how soon will he need the BKB? Does he need to change his priorities?
You generally want to delay the BKB as much as possible.
Yeah. Oh, can we get a bash here? Voss should... Oh, what? He got like 5-6 right clicks off there. No bashes. Unfortunate for Havas. Viper can thank his lucky stars.
That was really unfortunate not getting the kill, but it's not a big deal though for Na'Vi. They're still in so much control in the game. Tier 1 bottom gonna go down as well. Like their lineup going into late game is just so scary. The Morphling alone, is he gonna be enough? Like he's gonna have a tough time carrying this game.
He's scary though. He's really farm, but as you said, yeah, he's gonna have to kind of do it a lot on his own. The Viper is just kind of a tanky kind of frontliner who's a bit of a non-factor.
Is he even tanky right
He's
now?
got one purpose, and that's to get off a Viper Strike on the Troll. Maybe you could do it on the Void, but get off a Viper Strike on one of those two physical damage core heroes. Make sure of that. If you don't, well, you're not doing too much here. Maybe going for the E-Blade. Havas gonna get caught. Waveform through Havas. Getting low, that won't explode him.
He missed the RP.
That waveform through. Whew. Maybe barely surviving.
No, he almost died from just one combo from the Morphling. Plus the Ice Blast, obviously. But he wasn't at max agility though, so it wasn't the max amount of damage done, but you could already see like the Morphling being able to take out the Troll alone with the Ice Blast. And the BKB, like you mentioned, looks to be a really crucial, for a really crucial item for the Troll right now.
Oh, he's gone for a second ulti orb. He's gonna go for the Scotty first. Get a bit greedy. At the same time, we saw at the bottom lane, that was the E-Blade plus Ice Blast. But if there's anything more, if there's an Earthshaker Fissure, if there's a Bat Rider swooping in as well, it's a kill.
Yeah, in a team fight, he's gonna go down.
Yeah. Unless the Chrono and the RPs catch a lot of heroes, which is still possible.
It's gonna catch a lot of heroes, I feel, because
well,
you start with one is gonna catch maybe 1 or 2 heroes, and the other one will catch a few heroes.
Yes, when they come in to try help out. Like the first, even if you just catch like the Bat Morphling or something with your RP or Chronosphere, the next one when they look to come in to back them up is likely to catch a lot more.
It's gonna be so dangerous. Like late game, when you count the refreshers, the Morphling is gonna have a hard time.
Morphling 2k gold already, maybe is keeping on par with Havas for the most part. Havas has just been... I mean, this is considering Havas has Empower, he's had Stacks, he's had Ancient, he's had Roshan, he's had Tower Gold, so the fact Morphling is as farmed as he is really impressive from Maybe.
Yeah, he did a really good job keeping up Havas' farm. But at this point of the game, I feel like once the BKB, the most important part is where the BKB comes up for Havas after he completes the Skadi, obviously.
And even the other cores, I feel like Dendi as well as Funnick need BKBs of their own.
Yeah, you can see bottom lane, he just took an adaptive cluster E-Blade. He lost like 800 HP. That's already really, if you are the Troll, you immediately think, man, I need a BKB.
Yep. He's picked up the Skadi for now. And there's no other big items he really needs. It's not like you need evasion for a Morphling with the E-Blade, and I guess there's a Viper, but you're definitely thinking BKB is your next item, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. BKB is his next big item. There's nothing else that would give him what he needs at this moment.
Roshan respawning in 1 minute, and CDEC still not in the best position to contest it. They do have the Batrider though, and that's always that kind of risk factor which you take if you're Na'Vi. Trying to go for Roshan against the Bat, but they've just got such a good lineup for killing Roshan so damn fast. Top lane now. Possible Chronosphere being lined up here. Morphling does have a replicate out. If he's fast and can do it during the Chronosphere cast time.
He probably knows what's up though when he sees Hovos so far down. I mean, sometimes it's deceptive because Hovos usually farms really far, but sometimes he plays to their advantage. You think he's alone, but he has two big AoE controls behind him.
Well, we're going to see a gem picked up by the Bat, looking to deny, especially if we're going to contest Roshan. We're going to deny Na'Vi as much vision as possible. Now, the big thing is that Earthshaker got a long way away from any kind of a Blink Dagger. Only 800 gold for your Earthshaker is a bit of a worry for CDEC. But they do have good farm on the Ancient Apparition. AA with Point Booster. Well, not good farm, but at least working his way towards the Ag Scepter. They're going to smoke towards Roshan, and Roshan just about to respawn. They may actually get to the pit, but they don't really have a lineup to take Roshan for themselves.
I'm not sure if they can win this fight. They're fighting at congested areas against a Magnus and a Void. Oh, here comes the lasso. Oh, he got bash! My God.
There's a Chronosphere from Funnick. They're not going to need it right off the bat. They're going to actually go in. Funnick in trouble. He gets annihilated. They lost the gem on the Batrider. There's a huge RP from Dendy. Here comes Havos. Say hello to Papa number 4. Havos going to get a complete team wipe with an ultra kill. Na'Vi! Just destroy CDEC. Easy Roshan. Easy tier 2 towers. Nothing CDEC can do. They have no answer to the 4.
Man, that Blink lasso didn't work out. Oh my God, he got first hit bash by Havos. He didn't get a clean lasso off.
Even if he did, there was the I guess he could force stuff out.
If he got the clean lasso off, he would be able to get the force stuff. So he'd be in a different position with the troll getting dragged out of a comfort zone. So it'll be a different fight.
Absolutely. Na'Vi gonna get a tier 2 tower. Haven't gone for Roshan just yet. Venno now. Support Venno. Casually picks up an Ag Scepter at 24 minutes in. The Na'Vi side accumulating farm at a very quick wait. Here's Funnick's Maelstrom, and towards Roshan we go. Voss leading the way, 4k gold. You mentioned the BKB. Still feels like he should just get a BKB to be on the safe side. Nothing can touch him with a BKB, unless he gets lassoed before getting off the BKB.
Nothing better than a BKB at this point.
There's Swap, there's Blink RP, there's Chronosphere. There's so much to protect him even if he does get lassoed that I just don't see Havos dying. And he's got 4k gold. Hasn't bought anything just yet. Batrider goes in. Oh, what is that bat? He was kind of going for a lasso, but Funnick jumps the other way. Now he's going to go forward. Chronosphere not getting cast yet. Venomancer somewhere else is actually dying here. Funnick, Chronosphere going to go off, but it's too late. He's dead. Havos now the last one left standing, but he can't really go onto the Morphling. Swap out now. Going to, look to help out Havos. Na'Vi have lost 2. A bit of a terrible fight for them. They've lost 3 now. Havos is kind of fighting alone, but he is fighting well. Dendy, look for an RP. Has in 3 seconds. Going to go for a skewer. Catches out the Earthshaker, who dunks Dendy. Dendy, there's your RP. Havos wants to go melee, but a great fissure cuts him off now. Waveform through. Dendy dead, and Havos, he may not be able to get out of this one. He's being slowed down by Napalm number 1. He's got no teammates alive for 10 seconds. They would love to get a Voss, but doesn't look like they're going to get a chance to do so.
That was so cocky.
So sloppy, so poor form. Havos trying to man-fight up the Batrider. Now the Flame Break, not enough damage to Firefly. Mikasa goes down! What are you doing, Mikasa? They get the Aegis in the end, but doesn't feel like that was worth it.
Die back as well for the Batrider.
Oh my golly gosh. Well, there's 4 dead on the Na'Vi side, and it's not Havos. He's got 6k gold though. End of the day, Havos still massive, but this Morphling is going to become a problem over time.
They were trying to fight so hard though. Havos knew that RP was coming off cooldown soon, but it was just...
Well, Havos was fine. The problem was everyone else was just in this weird location where they couldn't really fight. I didn't see what happened to the Venomancer, but Funnick got brought down before he could Chronosphere.
He must have gotten E-bladed by the Morphling. That's the only way he dies.
He died so fast. They didn't get the Poison Nova off. They didn't get they got a Chronosphere off, but essentially they didn't with him being dead.
It was like useless because he didn't do anything with it.
So it was just Havos versus the world.
It's always Havos versus the world.
What's he picked up? He spent some money. It's going to be an AC purchase. I'm surprised by that. They want maybe. They're not going to get maybe. He replicates out. What is he getting an AC for?
Armor against the Viper and the Morphling instead of the BKB.
At this point, the whole thing's it's the shotgun. I guess he's shotgunning the squishier heroes. Like, the shotgun doesn't kill Havost at full HP, but if he ever gets caught by a lasso, he's entirely hoping his team will bail him out. This is very high risk from Havost, and well, bit surprising.
Yeah, I'm really surprised because I felt that nothing apart from BKB gives him everything he needs to just survive the team fights against CDEC lineup. But whatever, so we're just gonna see how he plays out.
Yeah, it just means he has to play a lot more cautiously.
He's play a lot cautiously, Havost.
Well, that's the thing. That's where I feel like BKB suits him. He can just man up and take all kinds of crazy fights, but he's got his team to back him up. Bankscore has to always be in position to break that swap, and for the time being, that's mostly the case here. It's very hard for the Batrider to go for good initiation against the Venge.
But if you look at the itemizations of the supports, Venge is actually trying to build.
Batrider.
Venge is
Score. Position behind here. They're going to E-Blade up Havost, gets him low. There's an urn to follow. Batrider not wanting to go for the Blink Lasso. We'll just throw a Flame Break from afar and go black. One urn charge left is going to heal up Havost once more.
Yeah, I was going to talk about the itemization on the Venge. The Venge is going into a pipe. So maybe that's when a point where you feel, I don't need a BKB that badly because I have a pipe from the Venge to keep me alive.
Okay.
But I'm not
It's
so
still
sure
only,
though.
I mean, that's only 400 though. That's a little bit. That's a lot. I mean, I guess like a third of the damage of the shotgun maybe.
He does a lot of damage with the AC, especially.
Turns around, shotgun. Morphling gets out of there. What a replicate out. It's just the Viper caught in that one. Funnick thought he had two. Going to turn around and Viper Strike. They will lose Mr. Viper, but it's a tier 2 tower at bottom being taken by Na'Vi. Maybe we'll get the mid-tier one. So they are getting something in return. And Na'Vi without Aegis, I'd be surprised if they go for the higher ground, but not completely surprised. And they are positioning to keep on pushing. They've still got RP. They may have no Chronosphere, but they want to at least force CDEC to back off. Put some pressure on this tower here. Havost needs to be careful. There's going to be a fissure into Ice Blast. This is bad for Havost. He gets swapped out, but it's too late. They bring him down. Now your Morphling going to go in, and Na'Vi are just throwing away their lead at this point. The Morphling cannot be dealt with. Funnick going to go down as well, maybe once more. He could try and cancel some TPs. Dendy sells an RP, did not get a chance to use it. As the Earthshaker goes down to some of the Venomancer poison damage. AA, 2 HP. Just the non-lethal damage on him. So it was a 3-for-3 trade, but a dead Havost.
That was not a good move, I think. Without going up without the Void Chrono and...
Just a very, like...
If he had BKB, I would understand because he wouldn't die with BKB, but he didn't.
It was just a fissure into Ice Blast that got him down to half HP, and then Bat's like, sweet, I can just go in now. It's my time to shine.
Even though it was like 3-for-3, and they almost killed 4 heroes because AA almost died, but didn't feel worth it.
Morphling going in mid lane, looking for Dendy. Shotgun is there. Doesn't have the Adaptive Strike vision. He gets it finally, but Dendy, 30 HP.
Ice Blast coming in.
Oh, it's not going to hit Dendy. Maybe now going to look to turn and fight. Wants Vangscore potentially, but wants to also keep himself alive. So he's going to waveform out, and Dendy will survive. Very close. 30 HP on Dendy. Slightly, just not enough damage.
Yeah, the Morphling is still a huge threat.
He's going into physical damage now.
If he's not in the Chrono, he's going to be dealing a lot of damage.
And he's going for the Butterfly, so if he is in the Chronosphere, he's still got the evasion against the Void, the Troll. And the problem is now, Troll with this AC, he needs to go BKB, but he also needs an MKB.
He needs to go BKB.
I feel like if he went BKB, he'd go MKB, and like, what's this AC doing?
We said he needs to go BKB, but will he go BKB?
Well, I guess the other option, may just see this and be like, nah, I don't need BKB, I want MKB. The Void is going to need an MKB, but the Void also, similar story, he needs a BKB, and is working on one. So Funnick, about 1,300 away from his BKB.
Yeah, he's going to sell his like lifesteal at some point. He's not going to upgrade it, I feel, because that's he's going to get...
Yeah, this Satanic just not exactly something that works too well this game.
I don't know, man. I just feel he needs BKB. I'm not sure why he thinks that he doesn't need a BKB.
This AC, I feel like, yeah, it just feels like it was a poor item choice. But I mean, Havost has played out of his mind this game, so... The Na'Vi, he's leading the net worth chart by a good margin, but here comes CDEC, looking to contest this top tier 2 tower. Ice Blast going to go through, and... Well, actually, off the mark here. They were hoping Havost would keep pushing and get caught out by the same kind of trick. The Ice Blast with Fissure, and then the Batrider follows it up. Morphling, though, going for split push, says, you guys can handle that without me. We'll trade tier 2 for tier 2 at this point. And Na'Vi, they're slowly working away on this with Havost in the front lines, maybe at the bottom lane, though. He's going to get a tier 2 at roughly the same time, but This just gets him closer and closer to his butterfly. He may look to pressure the tier 3 a little bit as well. Has a TP to try and get out of this one. Gets the Midas off right before the creep dies. CDEC.
He doesn't have Manta though, so he doesn't have like the usual speed pushing power from Morphing yet.
Yeah. The E-Blade does give you a lot of agi, but having no Manta illusions to benefit from that does hurt you. So Viper picks up a Manta, has a mech.
Yeah,
Viper's first big item. Yeah.
Finally.
He's ready to do a little bit.
No, finally, the troll, BKB.
Oh, he's got BKB. Woo! Oh yeah. He is probably going to want an MKB. The other thing he can do is buy... I know Havos sometimes sells his mask of Morbid Mask and gets a Blink Dagger if he feels he wants a Blink this game. I mean, it's a small item purchase, but he's also going to want an Aegis. So, end of the day, if he's filtered with an Aegis, he has no slots left.
Let's see. Probably Blink would be also a good item to have, so you can actually just go to the Earthshaker space if you find him, just to take him out. It doesn't really feel that it's a bad choice either. It feels like it's...
Mid lane, they lose the AA, but Funny can be punished for this one. He used the Chronosphere to start that one off, and not exactly an exchange you want to be having your Void make at this stage of the game. It does slow down the AA's Ag Scepter, which was just 400 away, but for his own life...
Slows down his BKB as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. So Dendi gets a BKB of his own. So Na'Vi, 2 BKBs, the third coming soon. And having these BKBs for this upcoming Roshan fight is going to be pretty important, it feels like.
Not only the Roshan fight, for the team fight as well. Like having BKBs against CDEC lineup is just again so beneficial. Once the triple BKB is up, it's just a different fight again for CDEC. It's going to be very hard for them to take out heroes instantly with the E-Blade, with the BKBs around. Yeah, and especially important for Havos, if he's not getting taken out, he's just going to be killing everyone.
CDEC still in this game. I haven't looked at the graphs in some time, but it's going to be flatlining and even almost inching upwards with Na'Vi with a 9,000-ish gold lead. But experience, much less. As CDEC have won the last couple of fights, Na'Vi going to look to secure the next Roshan, but no real guarantees there.
Yo, that's Roshan.
Oh, needs to be careful with his positioning. Has a Blink Dagger, but he's got to react fast. The Bat Rider ready to look to pounce here. Who's he going to go for? Is it going to be Havos here? The Firefly may just get scouted out. No, he goes to the high ground. Dendi, RP on one. The Morbid Mask is being dropped by Havos. They're going to kill the Bat here, but did cost Dendi a BKB. Meanwhile, Morphling brings down the Venomancer. As Na'Vi may have secured a Roshan off that. No Bat Rider.
Wow,
E-Blade on cooldown.
He made a mistake again. He didn't blink and instantly lasso the mech. Oh my god.
I think the Venge was there ready to counter it, but still, you gotta just... You're blinking in, you gotta do something. Na'Vi want Roshan, they're gonna get it or not. He is aggressive, they're inside the Roshan pit. Viper gets the kill in the Void. Viper gonna be the new target for Havos. He gets Roshan and the kill. Aegis on the ground, he pops the cheese just so he can pick up the Aegis. Na'Vi have lost 3 in the meantime though. Maybe has an E-Blade, uses it on Havos with the adaptive strike. Doesn't want to go for the kill here. Blink in, Bat Rider has lasso. Havos gonna get pulled in, he's got Aegis, but he may just die twice off of this. They're gonna lose the Venge. It's just Havos. It's 4 versus 4. CDEC are gonna have the kill on Havos though, and he can't do anything, not with maybe Morphing Strength, the Blink in. Urshiga trying to chain some. Havos comes close. Very close. Maybe on... Well, he didn't actually have that highest strength at the end there, but the evasion working in his favor. Na'Vi lose everyone, including the Aegis, including the cheese, and all it cost is CDEC was a buyback on their Bat.
Yeah, they didn't have... they didn't cast their Chronosphere again. And Magnus obviously used his RP before that to stop the Bat Rider from lassoing him.
CDEC just outplaying Na'Vi at this stage. This felt like it was Na'Vi's game to lose, but this last 10 minutes or so has just been...
The fights were really bad though. They shouldn't be losing fights with their lineup. Like,
we're not seeing the Chronos at all. I feel like I haven't seen a Chronosphere this game almost.
There's no good Chronosphere basically. Most of them were used like without achieving anything.
Or if anything, giving stuff away. Like we've seen him just Chronosphere when he was dead, Chronosphere for the AA where he died himself. Has his BKB now, which makes things a little bit easier, but by no means is he in the clear. And this Viper's getting scary. Viper's getting up to 2k HP. He's going to be going for a Halberd, which is another really nice item. More evasion, not to mention the disarm. This can force an early BKB from Havos. It could be used on the Void. Sure, these heroes can BKB out of the Halberd, but Viper will stay alive a decent amount of time unless he gets focused down.
Yeah, MKB is getting to a point where it's a must on the troll right now.
And this is where it's like, he could have BKB with MKB now instead of this AC, but We talked about that already. We won't stress on it too much. The pipe you mentioned for Vengscore as far as keeping people alive is still not complete, though. That's the thing. Like, it looked like he was getting really close to it, have it soon, but Venge has been giving no farm allocation. This is going to be like a 40 pipe. By the time he has it, Morph is already past... I mean, he still shotguns people, but he's now a physical damage threat. He's got Butterfly, Skadi, and 4k gold. Probably see like a Manta or maybe some Lifesteal, something to come up as his next big item very soon.
Yeah, they need to worry about his physical damage right now. And it's just going to get really tough if HOVOS is constantly controlled in a fight. And the Venge is not there to help him. And the two big AoE. You must remember that the Magnus RP and the Void Chronosphere hasn't been used in sync for the past few fights. It's more like sometimes Dandy gets an RP here, gets a alone pick off, and Chronosphere was used before the Void. Before the Void is dying and didn't achieve anything.
Yeah, they've never had both ultis. It's not even about using them together. They've just never had both ultis in one team fight.
Yeah, they never had the potential. That it's still Navi's lineup is still really strong in team fights. I don't think they should be losing team fights if everything is going smoothly for them.
It's getting harder and harder.
They need to get the spells used at the appropriate timings.
Not to mention Veno, an Aghanim Scepter Poison Nova.
Yeah, they have so many big...
I haven't seen a Poison Nova this game. I haven't seen a Chronosphere this game. There's been a couple RPs, some of them better than others, but in general, Na'Vi just need to start pressing R better.
Pressing R is better.
Pressing, you push your R key and you just... I mean, if you're GoBlack, you just push it once, you're done. If you're a Funnick, it's a little trickier. You got to place it somewhat, but... Maybe their keyboards are malfunctioning.
Yeah, theoretically it's pretty easy though. Like the Bat Rider jumps in, tries to get someone, and there you go. That's your timing for RP and Chronosphere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they killed the Bat Rider without even having to use an ultimate in these last few fights. Here we go, Lasso mid lane. Funnick's being pulled in. He gets shotgunned down. Morphlin says, hello. Meet my 2 gauge. And now maybe going to get right-clicked down a bit by HOVOS, but HOVOS damage just not quite there to deal with the Morphling. It's another just free pick-off for CDEC.
Oh my god, Funnick gets... He's always way in front, and he was just playing so far up. Like, that was really uncharacteristic. He's made a lot of mistakes this game.
Well, maybe getting scarier and scarier. Almost had a complete Satanic, I imagine, with the newly purchased Helm of the Dominator. His damage up.
He's gonna be able to man-fight everyone. No one has MKB.
The one thing where he struggles a little bit is if the Troll hits him with the Whirling Axes, because that 60% mischance is kind of annoying. He may want to get like an MKB as his last item after the Satanic, but that's like only if he's kind of in melee range with a Troll.
I'm not sure. He's still going to be really hard to kill for the Troll and the Void. Without MKBs. He's going to be a very tough nut to crack.
Well, CDEC still behind as far as net worth goes, but looking pretty damn good here. Ahead on experience now.
He's getting the whole set anyway. He purchased the recipe already.
Yep. Sitting at base for the time being, though. I guess worried about his buyback money. He's got enough. Yeah, he's got reliable gold, so he actually has buyback money even with the purchase. But Korean use delivering the Heaven's Halberd for your Viper.
Yeah, and MKB for HOVOS right now.
Has he? Yeah, he's got the full purchase. So he also does not have buyback this second. He's a little bit short with not enough reliable gold, but will be very close. And they're just not looking to take a fight. They're looking to get HOVOS' buyback, probably even wait for another Roshan. And
I just didn't expect them to be in this situation from the start. Like with their lineup, especially. Yeah. They had such a brilliant start, but everything just got so sloppy during the team fights. They have not executed any good team fights. They need to somehow not... Funnick needs to somehow not get caught again by the Bat Rider. Needs to land a good Chronosphere on the Morphling and just win the fight.
Bat? He's got no backup. This is not he's looking around for Observer Wards, it looks like, because there's no reason to be there alone.
And he has a haste rune anyway.
Yeah. So could still get caught in the Chronosphere, but for Na'Vi, I think and the other thing is this Venge almost seeing level 16. The swaps that save the Troll are nice, but also if it's Funnick getting caught out, you need to swap save him. The Chronosphere is very important in these fights. Top lane being pressured, and now Na'Vi constantly having to deal with this Morphling split, pushing these side lanes, being all over the place. Hasn't actually bought his Satanic. He's holding on to 6.5k gold. Not sure.
Oh, Funnick, he's in trouble. Funnick is in trouble.
Oh, it's the Ice Blast being thrown towards mid lane. Shotgun, Vengscore is going to be the new target. HOVOS almost died there to the Ice Blast, but Vengscore going to save his buddy with a swap and get out of there. Funnick at the bottom lane ends up not being jumped on there. They almost killed the Troll. The Ice Blast from the Ancient Apparition was just a few seconds later than the Morphling went in.
Yeah, that shows how strong the Morphling is right now against the Troll. Like, you are going to be forced to pop your BKB all the time if he tries to kill you.
Yeah.
It's going to dwindle down. When it dwindles down to 5 seconds, that's going to be a very... Troll is going to be really weak against Morphling at that point.
I think Havos almost needs to get a... Like, sure, the Satanic doesn't work against the Ice Blast, but it's like after you take a shotgun, you need to be able to heal back up. Without lifesteal, he's just stuck on half HP. He's got to go back and heal, like at the fountain.
Every time he gets shotgun.
He almost needs a Satanic, like to replace the Sergeant Yasha, just to heal up in between shotguns and Ice Blasts. Because with 3k HP, he doesn't instantly die unless they lasso him as well, but he needs some way
He's in front.
Oh, here comes your Morphling. Going to look to force out the BKB. Succeeds. Chronosphere, though, maybe going to rely on the evasion. Drag it out. Havos caught in the Chronosphere. They don't have Havos damage, and maybe he gets caught in the RP now as well. Forced up that. He's still alive for the time being. Waveform as well. Funnick can't get him. But there's no Morphling damage, and without the Morphling, they're not really getting any kills here. Viper goes in hard, gets the Venge kill, but pays for it with his life. Batrider going to blink himself out of there. How did Maybe survive? What?
The Chronosphere.
Oh, no.
Havos.
He was in melee form. Like, Havos was trying to, like, run in and right-click him. I can understand he wants to get those bashes off, but if you want that Chronosphere, you need to sit back a little bit more.
They needed to work together a bit more. Then maybe the Void is like, I'm going to come in, you need to get into range from, get a bit far away from the Morphling. Like, they definitely had that kill if Troll was just outside of the Chrono.
If Void at MKB, probably would have been a different story as well, but Funnick's still 3,000 gold short of that. Up to 14k net worth himself, and we'll see Morphling now pick up a Satanic. Still has one item slot remaining, as far as Maybe is concerned.
Maybe at some point he might want to consider getting an MKB if he needs to get it. But at this point, the next item best for him, maybe along the lines Manta or...
Even like an AC would ace. I guess he has lots of armor already, but
AC is also okay because it gives his team the armor as well. Like, it's really good for the team.
Ooh, I like this purchase from the Viper. Viper picks up a kind of late game blink dagger, but being able to avoid some of these blink initiations.
The blink away from the Chronosphere.
Yeah. Just so he doesn't. There's a lot of solo kill potential from some of these Na'Vi heroes. Still, there's good counter blinks go black with the Plague Wards and just good scouting capabilities, but
double damage should.
No Roshan though. It's coming up soon in the next 30 seconds or so.
I'm thinking what other options that maybe would have that would be fantastic. Like Manta, like not sure about Rapier though. Rapier is still fantastic, but I think Manta or MKB
yeah.
or the Daedalus is also fine if he wants more damage.
Roshan Na'Vi hoping it's going to respawn. They've still got 10 seconds. Are they going to wait this out? Doesn't look like it. Void goes up. He misses the Chronosphere. Uh-oh. Going to BKB. Lasso available. They're going to just try and pull Funnick in with the Viper. And Funnick with no way out. No time walk for 3 seconds. Just trying to man fight here. Maybe still ready to go with his shotgun. Waveform down to the low ground. He wants to get aggressive. Has a replicate should he need it. Roshan respawns as he gets into the pit. And with no chrono, they don't want to fight this one.
That was a very ambitious jump.
He went in blind. Oh, well, yeah, fairly blind. Had some vision with this observer ward, but very minimal.
Very risky play.
Well, he played by his instincts. It was the ice before he just went for it and hoped it would
even
work.
if he got the Morphling, then the Troll was on the low ground.
Yeah, he would have to, whatever he got, he would have to solo kill. And he does not have the ability to kill more. He was hoping maybe for like an Earthshaker or a Batrider or an AA. That's all I can really think of there, but at this point, Na'Vi just seem to be on tilt. They're not team fighting well at all. The coordination isn't there. They've got everything they can hope for.
It's really bad after the start. They had a really good start.
Yeah.
Dream start for their lineup, and after that, the team fights were just really bad.
Even the Ags level 16 Venom ultimate, we're still not seeing it. Yeah, you're going to pick up a Ghost Scepter.
In theory, you just need to land those RPs and your Poison Nova. You're going to win the fight.
Yep.
In theory.
You've got to hit those spells. But the way CDEC positioning is that they're only having the Morph on the battle on the front lines. Batrider, speaking on the front lines, gets a lasso immediately broken by Vengscore though, so they just kind of trade ultis there. RP now comes in, catches two, looking for the skewer. He misses the Earthshaker though. Meanwhile, Funny going to go onto the Batrider. Can he bring him down inside the Chronosphere? It's looking like he will be able to do so. Viper dead as well. Morphling respawning now on the high ground. Going to wait for him out. No shotgun available, and Havar's just going to man up with that MKB. Blink! Echo Slam maybe going to turn around with the Satanic. He's life stealing up. He gets out with the Replicate. Great save from the Earthshaker. Also the kill to Havos. Q without an Ice Blast. CDEC lose 4, but they get a kill on Havos with a buyback, but that was still a disaster for CDEC. Finally, the teamfight of Na'Vi showing its true potential.
They need to get something done here, but
there's buybacks.
Two buybacks.
Yeah, 2 buybacks.
Radiant side, CDEC. They have Earthshaker buyback and Viper buyback.
And Morphling needs to heal up and heal up fast, though. There's a big push coming his way. That time, Na'Vi finally used their ultimates.
Yeah,
he only hit one in the Chronosphere, but it was at one that he could kill.
It's the more important thing is you need to use the Chrono and the RP. We talked about it. You can land one in the first spell, then the second big ulti you will have 2 or 3.
He RP 2 heroes. He chronoed 1 hero, and then the Venomancer hit multiple heroes with the Poison Nova. Everything just worked out well.
No,
Poison Nova back
they
out
just
now.
needed to hit their spells.
Well, Dandy goes blinking in, looking for a skill. Will push the Viper away. Couldn't get the return. Actually gets an RP up. What's he doing, Dandy? BKB. Gonna go for the escape here. Bit of a misplay, perhaps. Didn't quite know what he was doing there. Also, afraid because they saw the buybacks. They only get a range Rax here. I think he got a bit caught out by the buybacks as he went in a bit too deep. Has a refresher, though, so has an RP.
How
Should
many
CDEC go for it.
buybacks were they used? 2. Both of them are used. Okay. Even it's a range tracks, but enemy used 2 buybacks.
Yeah.
They can, like Na'Vi is fine with that. They still have their ultis up if they want to defend their racks in the middle lane. Chronosphere is up, but only one RP is fine. I think like they need only 1 good RP. Then it's just they're gonna win the fight.
We'll see where maybe goes. He's got 7k gold here. We're talking a lot about what his next big item could be, and we'll find out soon enough. There's a cheese on the Batrider. He's holding on to himself. In theory, maybe he could be taking that himself, but
I think AC would definitely be an option as well. That would be good on the Morphling. More armor against the Troll, the Void.
Na'Vi in this weird state. They don't actually have much vision. They have vision on the high ground at mid, but they kind of doubled up. They have 2 wards which basically do the same thing, but they see nothing. Their entire map is black as far as the main map goes. All they see is the Radiant base, where obviously CDEC, well, they're not in their base. They're pushing out. They're looking to gain back some map control right now.
Yeah, it's no vision on the map, but you see the base, it's like you know who's going where and stuff like that. When you're pushing, it's fantastic. Like you can see where's the bat, where's the Earthshaker, if they don't have a smoke ready. And they're gonna use their smoke. This should be their final smoke for some time yet.
Yeah, in this stage of the game, you're very rarely getting to smoke too often here. They're not going to be able to get too much out of this. Maybe has a replicate for 15 more seconds. Batrider's going to be going all the way through the jungle, but Na'Vi probably partly just worried because they're of a smoke, but more than anything, just have no vision. So they're going to play like this, just out of the fact they have no vision.
Buyback from Havos as well. He used the buyback.
Ooh, and that's where CDEC probably want to try and take a fight. With Havos dead, Na'Vi, they can still get kills somewhat if they had a good Cronus here with a Poison Nova, but Havos is the bulk of their damage output. Havos got the Sanjin Yasha, which you got to imagine is going to get replaced as probably his last big item comes up.
I think maybe even like disemballing the SMY, making Heaven's Fist wouldn't be that bad though.
You could get like a butterfly
like
even.
Even if he wants to get the full butterfly. Like if he definitely can get the full butterfly. I think it's gonna be his next best item.
For the time being, gonna just sit back. Na'Vi look to defend their base as much as possible. CDEC get some more map control. Their vision is fantastic. They've got the top lane, they've got the secret shop, they've got around the Roshan pit. Na'Vi are kind of bottled up right now, unable to move, and they kind of want CDEC to push so they can... That was where that fight went so well. CDEC were pushing forward, kind of going towards the high ground and grouped up a bit much, and that's where Na'Vi kind of want to play on the defensive here. Their lineup, when they push themselves, are met by CDEC, who can position accordingly, go for the lasso pick-off, and just split up and avoid those Chronosphere RP ultimates.
They're gonna... I think there won't be any pushes until Troll has buyback again. It's gonna be some time before we see another clash. Both sides are really afraid because buyback's used. Just want to wait for the next cooldown before you go fight again. And Morphling has no space for any more item progression anymore. So
yeah, well, yeah, just the boots of travel he can pick up. maybe like a 7th item refresher, but
Yeah, that is actually quite a... That would be his next one, I'm guessing. Because he can refresh the Satanic,
yeah.
refresh the Ethereal Blade so he can actually take out 2 targets.
Even like if you want to TP back, if you TP back to defend, you can refresh your boots of travel and go back to split pushing.
Maybe he can even go for a BKB on the courier, so he can just BKB and hit stuff.
No.
Not sure, but refresher seems like the best.
They're using a smoke now. Gotta imagine this is probably their last smoke for some time. Actually, you have another one in 45 seconds. They've been a bit more conservative with their smokes, and no Roshan for at least another 90 seconds.
And then Hovos is close to 7k.
Yeah, Havos is in this. Well, I guess, as said, he can replace the Sanjin Yasha, get up to the boots of travel. For now, just sticking on those phase boots. And funny, he'd love to have an MKB, so if he does Chronosphere the Morphling, he can maybe be able to bring down maybe. But he also is very concerned about his buyback status. When you get into this 50+ minute stage, buyback can make or break a game.
He's not getting space to farm his buyback plus the MKB though. That's like the worrying part about Navi. They need to get him some space now. Like Hovos is still taking all the space. I'm not sure why. He has...
I guess Havos he's the guy you want in the front lines just because of how tanky he is, and
yeah, but
he doesn't need the farm.
You need to distribute the farm to the Void now.
Well, inside the Roshan pit is CDEC, but that maybe not writing down the Roshan timer, but we'll see both teams on opposite sides of the map and posturing. Yeah, very important game for both these teams if they want to be making a comeback on day 2.
Yeah, and there's also another thing as well. Once the second Ethereal Blade comes up for the Bat Rider, this is going to be hard for the Void.
Hard for Void, hard for Troll. You bleed the targets they're trying to focus. It's
basically the Chronosphere is useless.
There's Ghost Scepters on both supports and Bat Rider. Viper the only one without one, and you could even consider getting one if you're this Viper. It's not really the ideal option, but I feel like it does more. At this point, the mech is pretty useless for the Viper.
Yeah, like
a little bit of armor. The heal is kind of meh.
I think he can actually just go for more tankability, maybe more armor, and just rely on the bat and the other players to
nice blast. He's going to get caught out by the shotgun. BKB's out of this one. Q gets caught in the Chronosphere alone. As on the high ground goes Vaynescore. He's actually going to swap up the bat who can Firefly out of there. The Viper now throws the Viper Strike onto Vaynescore. Maybe in some trouble here. Where's your RP? Dendy catches out a lot here. He brings down the Morphling. Immediate buyback comes out. Cheese gets popped by the Viper, but it's still going to steal his fate. As Na'Vi use their ultimates to great success here. Refresher RP was used though. Havos wants to go back in. They want the bat. He goes Scepters up. Go Black in the middle of things. Nice fissure from your Earthshaker who doesn't have the dunk. Just the fissure on the high ground. Your bat stuck. Brought down. And Roshan having respawned nice and fast. CDEC unable to do too much. Morphling maybe wants to go back in though with all these ultis on cooldown. This could be a fight he tries to take. Viper going to buy back, but looking like it may be too late. Maybe he's got a waveform. Shotgun actually. Vaynescore going to go down to the waveform. Maybe Replicate's out immediately following that.
He needs the cheese though. They want to give the cheese to Havos. Did they give it to him? Where's the cheese? Oh,
Dendy.
Dendy.
I guess Havos is just going to heal up and TP back in. Bat Rider's got a lasso. It's just Go Black. Where's the fault damage? The low ground Morphling is there, and Go Black going to go down. Adaptive Strike to secure it. GoDz just hung around with no HP. Got off 2 big fissures in a row. It's not over yet for Na'Vi. They win a couple fights, but they also lose a couple on the retreat. But still, they've got Cheese on their side.
They got the buyback on the Morphling. That's the huge one.
And yeah, they've got Cheese and Aegis and Morphling's buyback down. This is the timing for Na'Vi. At the same time, they have no ultimates. No RPs. 1 RP in 20 seconds, 2 RP. The refresher not up for another 100 seconds. So CDEC looking to fight around that. They're looking to push into Cheese and Aegis with no Morphling buyback. That's the hilarious thing. That's how important these Na'Vi ultimates are. When CDEC say, you have Cheese and Aegis and we have no Morph buyback, we don't care.
No, he just got an ultimate op. Is he going to disassemble the SNY going to Manta?
On Havos?
Yeah.
The Manta's decent to get out of the E-Blade, perhaps.
It's either that or Lincoln's, but Manta seems like...
Lincoln's against the Lasso is still a nice option, but he's got the Vent Swap. We've seen time and time again, those Vent Swaps have been well executed. Oh, Chronosphere comes in. Maybe's the target for this one. There's an Ice Blast. They need to keep Maybe alive. He's got no buyback. The Morphling just barely replicates out. The Lasso onto a Voss, but he's still well alive. The Echo Slam brings down the Aegis in the Void. He's got a second life coming soon. Mikasa on the bat. is going to be the first casualty of war for CDEC. And meanwhile, on the high ground, your Ancient Apparition in some trouble, trying to flee here. Has a TP scroll. You have to look to find a little cubby, a nook to get out of there. Funnick now on the chase here, has no Chronosphere. Where's your RPs? Dandy's already used one here, and they're going to lose the Viper as well. This is looking really bad for CDEC. No buyback available on either of those two dead heroes. And Na'Vi, they just go push here. Havos has picked up a Scythe of Vise. Ooh, that's an interesting little item to replace his Sanjin Yasha with, and this makes Morphling's life really hard.
That is really unexpected. But yeah, you could see the reasoning behind that. They just need to lock down the Morphling and make sure they kill him.
This looks like it could be all over for CDEC. They're going to buy a Morphling BKB. There's no Echo Slam, though. There's no buybacks. They've just got an Ice Blast and the Morphling. He sold his boots off, probably with good reason, because he's going to get locked down in place and just has to do as much damage as he can. Instead of going for a throw, Na'Vi play it safe. They want to go for a second lane of Brax here at bottom, and CDEC just not looking to fight for the time being. They want to wait as long as possible. Try get at least an Echo Slam up, ideally some hero respawns like the Bat. They lose the Replicate as Na'Vi going to swing over towards top lane. They don't want to go for the tier 4s. Too close to the Radiant base. They want to play it safe and take down these lanes of Rax as far away as possible. Smoke now coming out. Garda has no Echo Steel. He's just going to go in with a Blink Stun here. Who's the target? Ice Blast going to go through. Havos doesn't get up the BKB. He gets annihilated. Havos is dead. I don't think he's got Bayback. The Chronosphere going to miss, maybe. What a disaster. The Chronosphere completely off point. Funnick now going to be forced to Time Walk out. There comes Dandy with an RP refresher, but he doesn't get the Morphling. Oh no, they're missing absolutely everything. Maybe he's going to stay alive though. He's got to be careful. Here comes Havos. He wants back in. Maybe can't survive. Dead Morphling. No buyback for 3 minutes. And Na'Vi, despite a really poor execution on their last push, they still got Mega Creeps, and it looks like they've still got the game. But here we go. One last hurrah. Earthshaker with a Blink Echo Slam. He wants in. Funnick going to bring down the Earthshaker. Havos, he's lassoed up, but there's no damage to kill him off. Maybe with the Viper. Havos in trouble. He's got no buyback now, but Na'Vi, they're still in alright fighting position. They're going to lose the Void as well, but it's the Viper cleaning up Na'Vi. Only Dendy alive and the Magnus will TP him home, but there's Mega Creeps. That could not have gone worse for Na'Vi as far as execution goes. But end of the day, they still got the racks.
It tells you how much mistakes they were allowed in this type of draft.
This was just a very sloppy play from Na'Vi throughout.
Havos kept them in the game, like, seriously.
Yeah, I agree. That was the Chronosphere trapped the Venomancer and didn't catch the Morphling.
It was just...
Not to mention Dendy's RP, missing the Morphling as well. They lost Havos with it was a great initiation. The Ice Blast with the Blink Stun from the Echo Slam, or not the Echo Slam, the Totem from Earthshaker. They chain stun Havos before he could actually fight. Havos had to buy back to win them that fight. And Viper picking up a Maelstrom just to help deal with the Mega Creeps. This is what you've got to do when you're up against Mega Creeps, and I think CDEC have one last push in them. Viper's going to push out the mid lane. When Morphling respawns, his boots are traveling in to the mid lane and going for one last throne push. That's all CDEC can do down Mega Creeps, it feels like. And it's going to be against a Chronosphere, against an RP, and Troll's back in 50 seconds. So Troll is more or less going to be alive for this push. So this is going to be
a tough one.
Chance of success, I would say, less than 5%.
You know, what if they whiff everything again?
Yeah.
You never know.
I mean, Na'Vi have shown the ability to miss spells this game.
And the RP and the Chronosphere, not the best every time.
They're keeping the side lanes pushed out. Tier 4s being at least kept a little bit alive. Maybe going to pick up... He's sending... Oh, I love this move. He's sending his Manta Style forward on the Courier for the push. And he buys the Boots of Travel at base. So he's going to Boots of Travel in. Courier, move! Run forward, Courier. Okay, it looked like he was sending the Courier forward, but... For now, he's going to defend. He's going to Boots of Travel in soon. He's going to go for the throne. There we go. Courier's back on the move towards the mid lane. Realizing he needs that 6 item slot. Someone has to keep the creeps off the base. It looks like Q's going to be in charge of that. He can throw the Ice Blast from afar, but they've lost the tier 4s. Na'Vi could just go for the throne at this point if they want to Boots of Travel in with someone like Havos. And Havos, he's got Boots of Travel. He could just end this game, I think. For now, Q doing a good job. Keeps on dragging the creeps off the base. CDEC have got to go for a throne, but it's all over. They just GG out. I think they realize it's futile. Na'Vi with too many big ultimates. There's your RP on Maybe, and CDEC playing from behind the entire game. They came close, but it just wasn't enough. Na'Vi, too much room for error, and a very solid, just such a great start. Havos playing out of his mind as always, too.
This is just really slow. I expected Na'Vi to have a very straightforward game with this draft, and with the start especially they had. That's such an amazing start. They won their lanes very convincingly. Viper was like a non-factor the whole early game, and Kovos was ridiculously farmed because of thanks to the empower from the Magnus. But you know, when it came to the team fight, that was the point where I felt, well, it's team fight time. Poison Nova, RP,
It just
Chronosphere.
didn't happen for so
But
long.
it just
You know, they won the game, but I think they've
showed a lot
created a lot of doubters.
Yeah, a lot of vulnerable. There were a lot of vulnerabilities in their
Yep.
play, like in their team play, especially like. It's like there were a few times where it feels like someone wants to go in, someone wants to back off. Like communication wasn't. Everyone weren't on the same page, and you could tell like in the team fights, Phonic was fighting one side, the RP was in the other side. When they were winning the team fights, both of the artists were in the same place.
Yep.
Like everything was in sync, but the whole early part and the mid game, everything was a mess for them.
Well, Na'Vi get their first win of the group stage. CDEC still on 1 win as well. So both CDEC and Na'Vi 1 and 3. Both teams need more wins if they want to advance out of the group stage, guys. That does it for me in winter. We're going to be replaced up here. I believe Sunsfan and Zayuri are going to be taking over.
I have a short break before I have to come back.
You have a couple games break.
No, look at this. I have only one game break.
Oh, you've got a 1 game break? Don't worry, I've got a 1 game break as well. I think. Yep, we've both got a 1 game break. And then you'll be back here. You'll be casting with Sunsfan later, I believe. Oh no, you'll be casting with Lumi. Okay, I'm confused. I can't read a schedule. So, guys, we'll be taking a break now. We've got more Dota 2. Next game's set to start in about 5 minutes' time. So we're going to go rustle up Sunsfan. He's going to take over, and we'll see you guys later on all the Beyond the Summit, Dota Sim, and Beyond the Summit 2 streams here for your Dota 2 Asia Championships coverage.